Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports.
Cardinals Corner from Arizona Sports with Tyler Drake and Lauren Koval.
Another week, another absolutely brutal divisional blowout loss for the Arizona Cardinals. What's going on, everybody? Tyler Drake, Lauren Koval, Cardinals Corner, back again to talk about another blowout loss. Yet again, back-to-back weeks, divisional loss. This is about as rock bottom as you can get.
I don't know how it gets any worse, yet I'm sure if there's a team that can figure it out, it would be the Arizona Cardinals this season.
Yeah, just absolutely bad. 41-22, San Francisco 49ers get the W at home in really a home setting because it was very much overrun by San Francisco 49er fans. I mean, Kyle Shanahan even talked about it post-game. Yeah, not a lot of good here. I mean, wherever you want to go. You tell me, offense, defense, special teams.
Okay, let's start with the offense because it was a record-setting day for two guys.
It actually was a record-setting day in two different aspects, three different aspects.
Yeah, so we can start with Michael Wilson, the most receptions by a wide receiver this year.
Okay.
And then Jacoby Brissett, most completed passes.
In NFL history.
I mean, his stats alone, if you read the box score, you would think that the Cardinals were the ones with 40-some-odd points today.
47 of 57, 82.5% completion percentage. Throwing 57 passes. 452 yards, 2 touchdowns. That alone right there, you go, oh, they've won by 10, 15. 10 or 15, that's weird numbers, but
yeah.
They've won by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Then you keep moving a little bit farther and you see 2 interceptions. That right there does not help. And Jacoby Brissett said himself, oh, cool. Yeah, 47, that's couldn't care less. Mm-hmm. We did not win the game. I'd rather complete 3 and we win the game. Which that right there, I think that was exactly what I expected from Jacoby post-game. He's a team player. But he also said, like, we're not doing it right. The details are not there. We have perfect plays called. And we are not executing. And I think that says a lot about just saying, yeah, we're not getting done. Like, no, he's explained, like, there is parts where he feels like they cannot be beat. And it's because of their execution and details that they're messing up. And then, yeah, Michael Wilson, 15 catches, 18 targets, 185 yards, steps into the wide receiver 1 role for really the second time in his career and goes off. Absolutely off. Obviously, Trey McBride continues to do Trey McBride things. 10 catches, 11 targets, 115 and a touchdown. But honestly, the stats don't matter. They don't matter. And here's the thing.
And those stats are kind of lying in a way.
Yeah, because it's garbage time.
Yes.
But here's the thing, too. And I think Tim Ring, post-game show, said it really well. Teams have been blown out before. Nobody's put up 47 completions in a game. So while, yes, you need to take the stats, they're a little... You shouldn't weigh them too much.
No.
Given what the result was. That's pretty impressive. Like to complete 82.5 on 57 attempts. That's impressive. You know what's not? What's absolutely horrendous? What's absolutely horrendous and cannot continue to happen?
Penalties.
Yes. If this coaching staff wants to stay intact, if these players want to stay intact and have no massive offseason changes, which they're already on the way, we can just book that now. There's no more close losses. They're getting boat raced now. Like, we're getting to the point where, is this team showing up? Is this team ready to go? Is the team getting coached enough to be ready to go?
Where you're making history in a way that the last time that this happened for the Cardinals, they were in Chicago playing the Packers in the 1930s.
Ugh. Yeah, so franchise record, 17 penalties for 130 yards. I don't care if you have a quarterback throwing for nearly 500 yards, 2 touchdowns. You will not win a football game like that. And guess what? Bam Knight's huge touchdown. Take that one back. Penalty. Block a field goal. Oh, wait. Take that off the board. Calais Campbell roughing the defenseless player, I guess you should say. Just, it can't happen. And it continues to be an issue. And Gannon said it best after the game. You got to get off the mat. He also said the clock was ticking after Tennessee. The clock's getting down to about 0. And I've loved what Jonathan Gannon has put together culture-wise coming in and this team was in a bad place. But if the wins aren't going to be here for a more cultured team, we're in the same spot, spinning the tires.
And I care about culture when it feels like that locker room chemistry is what we're seeing on the field, and it's not.
No.
Because it's the same thing week after week after week, but somehow it's getting worse because you're losing to your division rivals who you've already seen once this year. You watch them get better and better and better and grow and adjust, and you're not able to do the same thing. And part of that, sure, is injuries, but every team deals with injuries. You want to talk about a team that adjusted due to injuries.
The 49ers.
The team on the other side of the field from you because they didn't let themselves slip up in the way that the Cardinals have. And yes, the Cardinals, they've had their own issues on and off the field this season, but they're letting it carry over. And you see it week after week. There's nothing that I look at this game and go, build upon. I mean, can see
that's what's
it getting
hard.
better.
You could say, Trey McBride continues to do his thing, but it's just getting overshadowed. He is getting overshadowed by all the issues this team has right now.
And if he's getting his own and your expectation is that that's what he's going to do, which it is, then you can't really count on that as a positive because it's an expectation that you just assume.
Yeah, and if you're the defense, it's like, cool, Trey McBride could go and have 127 yards and a couple of touchdowns, we'll still win by 20. Like, okay, you're going to double team him, but if he goes off, you guys are probably pretty set still. Like, that's really the thinking now is, okay, Trey McBride's going to get his. Maybe somebody else pops off like Michael Wilson. Outside of that, it's just going to be one-sided. And I thought they were going to keep this close. I mean, we talked in the preview. I thought it was going to be like a 26-23 game. Mm-hmm. Not when you're going to have more penalties than points at halftime, 11-10.
And in the first quarter of this game,
first 14 seconds of this game,
that too.
Horrendous.
I was going to say the 49ers and the Cardinals felt like they were making equal mistakes early on in that game where, missed extra point, missed field goal. Oh, we're blocking you on this.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter because we're keeping it close and we're both scoring. That is not a recipe for success for this Arizona Cardinals team because they can't make those mistakes in the first place because you're already playing down and you're having to get yourself back into these games. So playing equally with your opponent early on doesn't mean anything. You need to be executing on the failures of the team you're playing.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is like the Cardinals' game plan by the second quarter has completely changed because they're down by that much. Going into halftime, they're like, okay, well, we got to completely throw the ball now. Like, we wanted to already. Like, let's just keep doing it. But the fact that you come out and give up a 98-yard kick return on the first play, literally the first play at home, the place where you should turn things around and really get it together. It's home field, not home field advantage, I guess you should say, but you're back home.
It's
Show
comfortable.
something. Don't let the embarrassment from last week pour over, especially at home.
And that's exactly what they did to start the game.
And that's exactly what they did. 16 seconds in, they're already down 7-0. 98-yard return. Christian McCaffrey rolls one in, 2 yards, 1 yard, whatever it is. Touchdown, 7-0, right like that. Just like that.
Which felt so similar to the Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown to start the game last week. And then
they get a Cardinals, like 5 plays.
Yeah.
Done after that. Give it right back to the Niners. What do? Hey, Brock, welcome back. Go throw a bomb. And they were Niners offense was playing with the defense today. Mm-hmm. That right there, that touchdown especially, getting down to 5 seconds left in the play clock, completely changing it. And then, they had McCaffrey on the other side too if they wanted to go that way. There was touchdowns on both sides. Completely read that defense. And it was it was going to be tough regardless for Cody Simon. Mm-hmm. Rookie getting out there, Kyle Shanahan, first time you're seeing that offense, like he's going to learn from this. But holy cow, you could tell that Mac Wilson was missed today. Yeah. Because it's a veteran knowing what's going on. There was so much going on that line. And it's tough. But you look at the overall, going into halftime, you give up 2 punts. That's it. Touchdown, punt, touchdown, punt, field goal. And then you go field goal, touchdown, punt, touchdown, end of game.
And I think what was most frustrating about watching this team is that you watch the 49ers adjust their game plan early on, just in terms of making sure that Brock Purdy was comfortable. They've added some new guys back from injury in this game, and Brock Purdy hasn't had a ton of time with all of these guys back. He didn't have a full day of practice this week. He was limited. I believe until Friday was his first full day, and you watched him
aggressively limited. That was one of the days.
Schefter,
He was aggressively limited
on Wednesday this week. Yes. And you watched him seamlessly integrate himself back into this offense. And then when he felt a little bit uncomfortable in the pocket or they needed something to do, they have the check down ready for him. They have Christian McCaffrey open for him to be able to execute some sort of play that isn't for negative yardage.
Yeah.
And watching the 49ers be able to do that versus the Arizona Cardinals, who had no game plan and no adjustments in this game, felt like, look at the mirror of what you could have been, what you would have been able to set up for this offense, and now you can't do it.
Yeah, it's I just had something too that I wanted to bring up, but I totally spaced on it. You had a great point, and I wanted to build off of it. But yeah, no, it's I don't even know. I think for me, the penalties get the biggest blame. But then do you expand on that to saying they weren't ready to go? They did not come into the game ready to play this football game.
Yeah, because I think if you're not ready to go, then that's what
you give up a
leads to the
98-yard kick
penalties.
return too.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, again, like the Seattle game, it felt over at halftime. Mm-hmm. By the second half, just, all right, this is garbage time.
And that's why those stats look as good as they do for certain players on the Cardinals offense.
Yes. And like Anna said, they got to get off the mat. I just don't know how they do it. Because right now they've got a massive dude pushing down on them as their competition. If we're going the wrestling analogy.
The wrestling route here.
Tori's got his boxing route, and then I guess JG's got his mat route. But yeah, I mean, this is unacceptable stuff. And you cannot go back and be like, well, at least we're losing close. That 5-game losing streak. No, you can't say that now. You are getting absolutely smoked. You're getting out-coached, outplayed, out-executed, out whatever you want to call it. And I don't know where they go from here. It really is like Blink-182 said it. And maybe they're talking about the future Cardinals.
Because it finally feels like...
I'm not feeling this, though.
No. I mean, there's like a nail in the coffin aspect to this in a way where the two teams that you've brutally lost to back-to-back weeks are in your division. And both of those teams are young and adjusting and building upon what they need. And you've watched them all season become better and better and better. And the Arizona Cardinals have done the exact opposite.
Yep.
At the start of the season, we talked about their issues and what were the key things they needed to work on. And then it felt like right around that Dallas game, we were like, okay, maybe this is a change. Maybe the bye week, they've adjusted some things.
It's like, oh, maybe they were just really bad.
Yeah. And
like,
now
that's where we're at now.
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, you're the only win for the Tennessee Titans kind of situation, where you're like, okay, you're the team on everybody's schedule where they go, oof, I'm so happy we've got the Cardinals at the end of the year.
It's like another bye week.
And you can't play, in previous years, you could play like upset. You were the upset team towards the end of the year. Can you break the Niners' chances of making the playoffs?
That's not even a good consolation at this point.
No,
nope.
And it's not a consolation.
You have failed mightily if you are going to that point. And that's where they're headed. 3-7, are you kidding me? That is nowhere near a playoff spot. You have to have so many things go your way that are out of your control the rest of the year. You could win out and still not have a shot. That's crazy. Like, you probably do have a shot at that point, but overall,
you're not going to.
You've got to have other people lose drastically. Like, when you look at they're 10th now in the draft order. 10th. They're no longer in the top 15. They're in the top 10.
And
Horrible.
I don't see that getting any better this season because they've showed no ability to adapt and change and adjust to what they've needed to, unlike these other teams in their division. And you look around and yeah, sure, they play in the NFC West and it's difficult. I don't care about that anymore. I'm talking about the Arizona Cardinals because we started this season going, here are the areas they need to improve upon, or like, we're a little bit worried about this position. And so next year when they draft, these are the areas that we're going to have to look at for them to draft a guy just to keep them competitive on this team, to bring in some new depth.
Yep.
And now, if anything, I'm going, wow, there is a lot more that they need to get than we thought at the beginning of this season. And considering this was the final, like the year, I don't even, like the end of the rebuild, like this is it.
Show me what you've done now. You've done all this work. You've done all of this in-classroom assignment. Take the test and show us what you did. And right now it's a big F. F. There is no D. This is an F right now. This franchise is currently putting an F grade on 2025. And if it keeps going this way with multiple score losses, heads are rolling from top to bottom.
I already think they should.
I think if the seat's not getting warm, these type of games are making it warm. You're at least pulling out the match, you're starting to light it. Can't be embarrassed this bad at home. Can't be embarrassed this much in the division, let alone back-to-back games. Something's got to change big time. And, I mean, they still have the 6th toughest strength of schedule remaining. So like you said, it's likely not going to get much better unless some drastic things happen. And I just don't think they can do any drastic things right now. You've already done the biggest one. Kyler's on IR. There's your quarterback change. I clearly think Jacoby's still the guy. Yeah, they're losing, but you're seeing more out of the offense. Is it translating to wins? No. So there's clearly more that has happened. The offensive line, of course, Kelvin Beachum gets to be the right tackle finally, gets hurt.
Yep.
Like, just unlucky. That's the one thing that was like, that'll help. Isaiah Adams, get back in there too. We're at the point now where we will be starting to talk about mock drafts. Probably start talking about them now, because that's where we're at. And is it going to be a quarterback? Perhaps. At this point, you might need to get an O-lineman, tackle, somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Get somebody that can help that line of scrimmage.
If anything, one of the most interesting things about the Arizona Cardinals right now is, what are they going to use their first pick in round 1 of the NFL draft on?
And how many other teams are be looking for a quarterback too? Will they be in the market for one? Will they not? Because even then, slim pickings. They would have to do some maneuvering to get up there. Do you wait another year? See if you can hang on with Jacoby? It just is kind of like the balancing act of, do you want to put all your eggs in the rookie quarterback situation, or do you want to go with the veteran and see what happens? The veteran journeyman. And honestly, I mean, option 3, Kyler Murray sticks around. I think it is going to be such an interesting offseason after what is transpiring right now. It is going to be busy. It's going to be loud. It is going to be all of the things that really haven't been that for this franchise since the new regime came to town. How do they handle that? Are they even here at this point? They get boat raced by Jacksonville. They get boat raced by a couple more of these teams. It's going to be out of Jonathan Gannon's control who's getting fired, and it's going to be Monty Ossenfort's control about who is getting fired.
And Jacksonville looked great today against the Chargers, and they're executing well. And that's another team who had quarterback questions heading into the season. What are they going to do with Trevor Lawrence? You know, there had been articles saying in the offseason the Cardinals should get Trevor Lawrence and bring him in.
Jacksonville can't get away from that money. There's so much money tied to that.
So much. It's the quarterback contracts in the NFL are just a steep.
You think Kyler's money hit's bad?
Yeah.
Dead money hit? Oh, my goodness. Tua's is bad. Trevor's is bad. There's a lot of teams that are going to be in the Russell Wilson, we need to get off of this contract and just eat all this money kind of phase. And it is multiple teams soon. Maybe not all of them this year, but it's going to be the next 2 years. It's going to be there's a lot of money that is dead.
Yeah, and then you have to decide, is Jonathan Gannon going to be the guy to usher in your new quarterback era? Do you have confidence in him to make this team what you want it to be? When they hired him, I had 100% confidence in that guy. I thought, wow, he's really talking to the media as if, not as much coach speak.
Mm-hmm.
And as this regime has gone on, we've gotten more and more coach speak from Jonathan Gannon, which I think is proof that things aren't working well for this team because now you're just giving us media training. I mean, his record against the division teams is downright pitiful. And
like 3-13, I think it's something like that. And
you add this game to it, he has no ability to beat the Seahawks as head coach. And now you've watched him lose back-to-back divisional games in which they're not close.
Nope.
There's nothing redeeming about these losses.
No, there's no
silver lining.
No. We'll get them next time. No.
I guess your silver lining, if you're that kind of fan, is okay. Now just keep losing to get a higher draft pick because that's now where we're at.
I mean, Cardinals fans are checked out. They're checked out, and I think they have a right to be checked out.
Proof by the crowd at the stadium today.
Yeah, which, I mean, walking in State Farm Stadium, just walking out of my car, getting out of my car, it was like, this just feels like we're in the Bay Area. Cloud cover, just Northern California feel. Then you get in there and you hear everybody yelling for use check, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is bad.
No, the roof's
Levi
open.
Stadium South.
Yeah, oof.
Just is absolutely not good. Not good. And like I said earlier, I really don't know how you dig yourself out here. You can't in 2025, in my opinion.
Oh, no.
That's gone.
No.
You are getting buried now. You're in the hole. You're trying to dig out. But somebody's up top putting that dirt you just pulled out right back on top.
And I think that part of the bigger overall argument about this team and this regime and who's in charge of what's happening is depth. Because the Arizona Cardinals have lacked depth for years.
Yep.
And when we thought to start this season that there might be just enough, not even necessarily competition.
Oh, we talked about the great offensive line depth. We talked about the great defensive line depth. We talked about cornerback they're young, but they've got some depth. Safety for sure. Tight end for sure. That wasn't even a thought.
No. And now you watch them not have enough depth to create competition on this team, to really see who's the best of the best. The reason that you're bringing Adams and Beecham back in here is not because they won their one-on-one battles. It's because you really need to see what you have from the young guy, and you saw such failure on that side of the line this season that you went, okay, fine, we got to bring Beach in because we got to solve this gap that we have. It's not a celebration of the player. I love Beach, but it's not a celebration of the player. It's an admission that didn't work for them.
Yeah.
And now that you have that admission, and now that you realize that you're struggling for depth, that's not even an issue that can be fixed in the draft this year because you have so many holes. You're not able to draft more than one guy for each position because you don't have that kind of flexibility anymore.
And if you are going to go in on that quarterback, which who knows if that's going to be the case, you're giving up draft capital to move up because there's no way things play out the way they are. I still think there's 5 or 6 worse teams than the Cardinals, which we'll see how that all plays out. But that's how I'm thinking. A lot of those teams are going to need a quarterback. Some of them are going to go that route. Cleveland Browns stand out. They've got, 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years? I would assume they're going to use something on a quarterback.
Yeah.
You got other teams. I mean, what does New Orleans do? Do they want to go in on one? Tennessee obviously is not going to. They got Cam Ward, but there's some other teams that are going to be in that range. The Jets.
They have a ton of first-round and second-round picks coming up from the trades that they made.
Or maybe that's
getting rid of their young guys.
The Jets. They've got the picks. Not the Browns.
Yeah, getting rid of Quinnen Williams and Sauce.
Yep. So just another bad team I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, you have to look at that of you've got to leapfrog teams and give up some major draft capital.
But then can you afford to do that?
Nope. Not with what you need to do, because let's say Jonah Williams doesn't come back, Kelvin Beachum doesn't come back, your O-line is suddenly, Will Hernandez doesn't come back. O-line is suddenly depleted.
And then it doesn't matter what quarterback you bring in because you're setting them up for failure.
Yep.
We've seen NFL team after NFL team make the mistake of bringing in the young rookie. The Carolina Panthers bring in Bryce Young. Their offensive line is not set up for success. He gets sacked, hurt, can't execute anything.
Goes off today.
That his first year, in Carolina.
Yeah.
He gets benched because they're like, this is not the guy that we drafted.
Yep.
That same thing could happen to the Arizona Cardinals if they decide to draft a rookie quarterback and then not fix the issues on the offensive line. And you can't Band-Aid it. I will say, shout out to Carly Gordon, the new owner of the Colts.
Yeah.
Because one of her free agency quotes just stood out to me above the rest about going out there to get sauce was, do you want a Band-Aid for the problem or do you want me to go out there and fix it? And when she said that, I went, that's such a great idea because you might have to give up a little bit more, but she's fixed their problem. They have sauce. Problem solved there. And the Cardinals can't afford to keep getting rid of a little bit of capital to go out there to Band-Aid the issue because now you have too many problems and you need to really cement a guy in that role. And it might have to be a younger guy because now your team's starting to get old and you're going to run out of time. And then that's just more and more draft capital and more options. Or you start to look towards the ugly part of the offseason. You start to look at some guys who are actually performing for the Cardinals and go, do we have to trade them?
Yeah.
Just like the Jets decided to do.
Yep. It's just, It's into the point I just don't really know. It's going to be interesting. I think that's the best way to put it it's how does this team get through the rest of the season with the coaching staff fully intact? How can they achieve that? Because right now we're teetering on that. How do you go into the offseason? How do you go about all of these moves in the most efficient way? I think I'm saying efficient because I'm thinking about one group in particular, Kyler Murray's side of things. They've got to figure out a mutual split. Because if they don't, it's going to get messy. It's going to get just absolutely messy. I've already seen little rumblings about it.
And you have to think now, how much does Kyler actually want to come back?
No, it would be beneficial for both of them. Just go your separate ways.
It would be an amicable divorce at this point.
It has been 7 years with one playoff appearance. It's clearly not working here for Kyler.
No.
The Cardinals have only gone to one playoff game with Kyler. It's clearly not working for the Cardinals. Go your separate ways. See what happens. You want to go be the next Daniel Jones? Go do it, man. More power to you. But in Arizona, it is not working and it will not work. It's just, we're at the point now where it's just, you cannot go back. You've got to make something happen. And it's not just Kyler. It's not just a quarterback position. They have got to make, and this is going to be a huge offseason for Monty. We talked about last year being huge. He did his thing. He got a lot of defensive pieces. They were playing really well for most of the season until this most recent little stretch and some in that losing streak. But you are going to have to show that you know how to pick offensive pieces because it's much more offense this offseason. If you are unbalanced with defensive players over offense, again, you've missed the boat.
And you also can't have like a coin flip of what happened last year. I don't want to see 90% offensive players to try to fix the gaps that you now have there. That's not a solution either. Do you see any heads rolling before the end of the season?
They keep getting blown out, yeah. Yeah, 100%. You're going to keep losing at home like that? If I'm Michael Bidwell, if you're not seeing improvement in year 3 on a season that you were already supposed to be hitting expectations, if not exceeding them, after showing a blip last year of 6-4, then falling apart after the bye, I don't know. The NFL is a business. It is not a feel-good story. You're not getting it done. You want to put stats up? Cool. Jacoby, go 450, 2 touchdowns, set an NFL record for completions. You're not getting it done at the end of the day. People have got to go. And that's what it is. The NFL, like I said, it's a business. You can be friends with a lot of people, but at the end of the day, if you're not getting it done, you're not going to have a job. So many other people. I mean, how many people want to be in NFL? How many coaches? There's always going to be a wealth of replacements. And if you're not getting it done, somebody else come step in and take over and try it again.
There's only 32 openings.
Only 32 openings. And it's going to get very interesting if they keep doing what they're doing right now.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that was a game, not in a good way. 41-22. one more time for the folks back home. And now we head into a week with Jacksonville, the return of Spencer Whipple, who already knows a thing or two about this offense.
Yeah.
So I'm just can't wait to see what comes out of this week.
And a team that in Jacksonville had a breakout day from their running game. Who you've shown no ability to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, double two-headed monster.
Yep.
Okay. 4 touchdowns. Wow. Yeah. This will
Get
be
excited.
interesting. That'll be interesting. Well, with that, we'll let you guys get back to sleep and get to your week because I'm sure you're ready for Monday after this loss. So be sure to follow the show, AZ Cards Corner. Follow Lauren at Colville_Lauren. Almost said follow Colville at Lauren. And then you can follow me at T Drake for Sports as well. We'll have all the latest news coming out of the Cardinals training facility this week and any potential changes that could be coming to the lineup or what have you to try to turn this thing around because, I don't think playoffs are in the sights anymore. You just got to be competitive the rest of the way and have your job heading to the offseason where more change is bound to happen. So keep it locked here. We'll see you later this week. Have a good one.